Hello and welcome everyone back to a brand new episode of Crema. Now today we are off to Lusail for round 2 of our Rising Star, the penultimate round of the season. But first we have a message from what I believe to be Yamanaka. So actually this time it's Suzuki. So looks like other riders have chats with you as well. It was a good weekend, we kept the harm behind. We have to continue this way in Lusail. So it's very similar to the GP13 kind of social wall, you could say, where they like random riders just call you out and say they did well to beat you. So it's a bit weird, but well, again, until I get a full seat, I'm going to be nice to everyone because I feel like it might come in handy. But we're going to jump straight into Lusail now and see how race 2 goes. So as we exit for our first run here in practice, it'll be interesting to see. I've turned the difficulty down to 95% just to see if we can find a bit more of a stable game at that level. So let's see what we can do. Just going to get some laps in, get up to speed with the track, and see if we can actually compete this weekend. So I've done a full kind of simulation run there, use a full tank of fuel. I'm doing 210-1s, the AI are in the 205s. I'm starting to really realise I do not like these Moto2 bikes, they're just so bad. They're just unrideable with the throttle thing because you just cannot ride them the way you're meant to and the way the AI ride them. As you can see, it took me 4 laps before I got a lap in. It kept getting cancelled because you'd understeer onto the green. This is not at all enjoyable, so I'm hoping at this point now that I can do well enough that I can go straight to Moto2 because I don't want a full season on these bikes, simple as that. So practice 1 ends and we are 5 seconds slower than fastest lap. We're 3.3 slower than our teammate, and I've already turned the AI down. This is just stupid. It really is. The fact that the game is in this condition in career mode, that the AI are this much cheating and their physics is so different to mine. So I don't see a point in playing it like this, but we're going to soldier on and hopefully get into Moto2. We only have this in another race too, and I'm going to kind of do my utmost. I might even put the difficulty down for the last round down to like 40 or 50 just so I can have a decent result, just so we can get a good seat in Moto2 because I do not want to do a full season of this. So up to the line we're going to come here, 7 is left, we're going to make a slight improvement this lap round. Pace is horrifically bad again though. We're 1.7 off of last place in the session. To be honest, I'm overriding, I'm getting more and more frustrated, so I think I'm going to call it there and just take the fact that I'm going to start last. But the worst thing is, right, never mind the lap times that they're doing on the leaderboards there. When I'm catching them on track, they just ride away from me. I have literally nothing on track for them. So I'm going to be last here, bar. Literally, there's nothing I can do in this race, I don't think, to even compete with them or even threaten the result, which is really disheartening to come into this one. But we'll see what we can do. Might get some fortune with some crashes or something, but not going to be easy this one. So starting today's race, gone again the hard rear, medium front. There's not really much else to say really. We're at the back of the grid. We're massively away from being in the group in terms of pace. So let's just see what happens. You never know. 2:06.5 is the slowest from Ogden. I was full 3 seconds off of that, so doesn't look good for the vision track wise, but let's see what we can do.
Exciting lap complete. It's important to have warmed up the tyres or they could have problems on turns 2 and 6. All eyes on the lights now. Everything's ready for the start of the Qatar Grand Prix.
Alright, here we go. Let's see what we can do. Five red lights. The lights held for so long there. Yeah, I'll move over. That's weird. Go aggressive. Might bite me. It might bite me. Alright, I'm making progress early. That always seems to be a bit, but as soon as they get up to speed, I imagine I'm going to go backwards. Aji! It's so aggressive here. Stupidly aggressive, some would say. But lap 1 of 9. This is literally my only opportunity. That shouldn't have been a track limit warning, but the bike just doesn't turn. There's another one. Christ almighty, it's going to be a long race, but that's what keeps happening. It shows how hard I have to ride. I'm on the throttle so much earlier. The bike just runs wide and I'm going on the green just to be able to fight with these guys for P14. So we are absolutely going backwards here. P21, P22. Not much really we can do. I'm doing best laps I've done pretty much all weekend. I have 4 warnings now after 2 laps. So there's a long lap more than likely coming my way as well. But it's just you can just see them right away from you out of the corner. I pick up the throttle and that happens, it just pushes the bike out. Don't really know what I'm supposed to do because I can't fight it at all, because the harder I push, the more throttle I use, the worse it gets. So trying to be really silky smooth and just leave the bike flow through the corner, but then I don't have the kind of power to pick the bike out of the corner when I need it, so I have to get on the throttle that early. So it's a bit ridiculous that they expect you to be able to beat these guys from launch with this sort of weird physics going on with these Moto2 bikes. This is going to end up last here in a second. And we're down thanks to Fallon, I believe it was. So my race now has been ruined completely. Thanks to an absolutely ridiculous move from an AI rider. So unfortunately we are down to last now. 10 points behind. That's going to be a long lap. There it is. Love to see it. So this race has just gone from bad to worse to terrible in the space of half a sector. So yeah, I'm pretty much done with this race, I'm afraid. So it is Moreira who wins it, which does massive results for his championship. Yamanaka comes home P8. Obviously me coming last does not mean I get any points, so I've definitely probably thrown away my chance of beating Yamanaka and getting into GP. Whether I can still get a Moto2 seat or not, I'm pretty hopeful, because this just isn't going to cut it for gameplay. Like, it's just so bad. So I'm going to do the second or the third and final race in this episode, just because I kind of want to get it out of the way at this rate. We're going to turn the AI down to about, was that 85 at the, or sorry, it's at 95 at the moment, and they're still about 5 seconds a lap faster. So I'm going to try probably 50-60%. That's probably where I'll be at realistically. Moreira is 5 points behind Holgado in the championship now, so as they predicted, it probably will be Holgado and Moreira that will take this one down to the wire. So, nice little graphic there between me and Yamanaka for the end of the season. Couple of social media messages. Ogden. Rueda has hitting other words while on the track is extremely dangerous. It's okay to hurt them, but no one was hurt. Rueda, are you actually having a laugh, man? Did you not see who I got knocked off midway through the race? Aye. Anyway, we're going to jump into the final race. Get it out of the way, because I'm really not enjoying these Moto3 bikes. They're just so badly, just the physics of them just don't work. So hopefully I can get myself a decent Moto2 seat, and then we can start career mode properly. So as we trundle down the pit lane for the final time this season, I'm hoping this is the final time I'll be on one of these Moto3 bikes. I have dropped the difficulty down to 65% in hope that I will have some sort of competition at my level and not have these cheaty AI making me look silly. So we're going to get some speed and laps done in practice and see where we can go. So you might be wondering how we gone from the start of practice to the grid, and well, I made a boo-boo. I dropped the difficulty to what I thought would accurately line up to where I'm at, and now I'm 3 seconds a lap quicker than the AI. So I did 1 lap in practice, saw that I was much quicker than him, and basically because I couldn't change the AI back, I have not done another lap. I've just jumped straight to the race. So I'm going to go from last in this race and see can I get myself into the points. Yeah, career mode at the moment is a bit of a mess, can't lie. I just want to kind of get into it and actually have some races with these AI and have some battles and stuff, but when the simulated times, the rider times, the physics are different for the AI, it kind of makes it impossible at the moment. So hopefully at the start of the next season it'll actually kind of straighten itself out, but for now it's a bit broken in this early epilogue.
Riders in position, the green flag waving at the back of the field. Maximum focus now. Only a few seconds before the start of the Valencian Grand Prix.
Right, here we go. Not a great start. Gone for a medium front, soft rear. The objective in this one is just to beat Yamanaka in the actual race, not to beat him in the championship. I think because I had such a bad race in last time out in Lusail that I think the game realised I wasn't going to beat him in the championship maybe. It just gave me the goal to beat him in the race. There he is. We have a look, but not yet. 12 laps here of Valencia. We are ahead of him now finally. If I can stay ahead of him, would be nice. Apparently if I stay ahead of him from what I can see from what the game is kind of hinting at, I'll get a decent Moto3 seat for next year if I can stay ahead of him. But as we all know, I do not want to be here next year. I want to go up to the Moto2 bikes. These bikes are just not fun to ride for me. So as it stands, we are currently in P16. We're battling with Nepa for P15, the final point. Now I'm with the soft rear, right, and I just realised that it's so many laps, there's a good chance I'll absolutely burn out, so I have kind of gone a bit more into a race management mode just to maintain that I don't lose too much rear grip. But for now, we're just trying to do some decent lap times. We're running with the same pace as the leaders, almost identical to Anshu's lap time. So I can definitely win this one, but I don't know if the rubber on the rear will hold up. And it has just started raining. It was meant to be 0% chance of rain, which is really throwing a spanner in the works, which means I'm going to absolutely go for it now to get to the front, because I know how slow I was in the rain already this Crim would say so far. So we're going to make sure we get to the front, so when we get the restart, if we get a restart that is, that we could be towards the front. So I'm really pushing now. Tire management has gone out the window, fuel consumption gone out the window. I want to be near the front for the restart. So far it seems to be just mental rain, doesn't be affecting the physics. Oh, we're down! Touched the white line and we're down in the rain. We're back on, we're not last yet. As I just said, it was mental rain. Touches a white line and I'm on my face. Thankfully we're still in it, because everyone is herding around in the wet conditions, but that has really halted my progress, so we're going to have to really push hard again. We're behind Yamanaka again, so now I don't even know if we're going to get a good seat. This is a nightmare. This race is going to get red flagged any minute now, so I need to get ahead of Yamanaka so that when we go to the rain I actually have a chance of beating him. If it does get red flagged, imagine I've wasted all my fuel and it doesn't get red flagged. We're ahead of Yamanaka again. Looks like even with me pushing, I'm not using as much rear tire as I thought I would, so that is a bit of a positive, so I can actually push through again to see can I get back to the leaders. The front is chattering everywhere as we're running to the back of Jorge Lorenzo on a Moto3 bike. There is the fateful corner, turn 8. It's not really heavy yet, so I don't know how heavy it gets before they red flag it, because I've had it already in one save that front end is pushing. When we had it in Sepang when it dried up, but that's easy to tell when it's dried up. You don't know how wet is too wet. So at the moment, don't feel like I'm losing any grip. Game stutter there, so I think it's going to happen, and I was on point. I just felt the stutter, so I kind of feel that coming through the game, there was about to have something happen. So then we are middle of the pack almost, not too far forward as I'd hoped to be when the red flag went. We are behind Yamanaka. We got a terrible start. So it looks like maybe this wet conditions is not going to suit me, which could ruin my championship challenges for next season if I don't get a good seat. It's interesting to see a lot of riders put on the wetsuit. Didn't think it was that wet really, and that they change around and strip on the old wetsuit. I suppose it does make sense, right, when the race was officially stopped. Need to do a good opening lap here. It's down to 8 laps now, so still a long race ahead of me. Yamanaka a couple of positions ahead of me, though. He's only half a second. There he is. There's the man I must beat today. Inside. No, I can't afford any mistakes. I need to push on from here and make sure of it. Looks like my front tyre is getting pretty badly overheated. Have a look at the inside of column there. Nothing doing there. Oh my god, your track limits carry over. That is so annoying. That is guaranteed me again another long lap. And there it is. So where's the long lap on this track? Just through there. So we have to do that next lap. This race has had anything so far really. It's had crashes, restarts, rain, dry, penalties. Everything but good riding from me. Big sand. Oh, we lost the rear. The front tyre is completely overheated. Can get out onto the more wet parts of the track by the look of it. I don't know what to do for my front tyre now though. It's so far overheated. So bad that every time I tip into a corner I can just feel it vibrating regardless of how hard I'm on the brake. We are making progress, so we're still showing speed, but my front tyre is wearing at a rapid rate. Not going to do the long lap until I'm a bit more happy with the bike handling. At the moment I'm not. It feels a bit sporadic what way it's going on with the bike underneath me. I also want to have a quick look at it at the long lap because I know it is one of the more difficult ones on this track. Right, I'm getting my front tyre under control. I want to take the long lap this lap because I feel like the tyre is going to get worse. I'm trying to get around the outside here. We're going to just sit up. Can't even see it yet. There we go. Nice and slow through here. Long lap penalty served. We come straight out. P17. So again, out of the points, dropped all the way back. Thankfully though we managed to get a lot of front tyre temp down. Cooled it a lot over the last lap and a bit there. So we can go on the attack again. I knew I'd have to go as we're back in now behind Yamanaka. Can we get a better exit? Not without going off the curb, so I decided against it. Nice slipstream on Yamanaka. I'm going to make the move now. I just want to clear him and get up the field, run behind Riccardo, Rossi, Lorenzo. Again, front tyre is starting to stabilise. I'm thinking now that the track is fully wet, maybe it's starting to come back to me. A bit like when in Sepang it started to dry out and the front tyre got very, very hot. Because even now at full lean, I have the vibration, but the tyre temp isn't going up, which means I should be able to push a bit more, which is nice to say. We're up in here in P9, P10 area. Unfortunately, Yamanaka is following me through, so every time I make an overtake, he looks like he comes with me, so he's sticking with me. So I thought by getting this far up the field I'd be pretty safe. But with about 3.5 laps to go, I'll probably just risk a small bit more late on here now to see can I get towards the front and maybe sneak a podium. As we're about to start the penultimate lap, Yamanaka is up my inside, so he's found pace here late on. We're going to have to somehow pick the pace up. We managed to hold it around the outside. Rueda right in front of us. We're going to try and use his slipstream to maybe jump onto the back of the top 8. So 2 full laps to go. Yamanaka has a look into turn 1. We brake ridiculously late. Nice run through on Rueda into turn 2. We're going to have a look up the inside. Should be one more position got. Up is Messiah on the Leopard Honda. Might surprise him with a move into turn 3. Turn 4 even. Into Tyrol. We've got a touch wide though. I expect to see him back up the inside. Didn't get it done. So now it's Artigas. So we're picking him off here. On a gap. We're using Yamanaka as much as we can. Caught on the outside. Fortunately we go a bit wide. Got a good exit though. Very good exit. Use the slipstream. Go for the overtake up in here. Nicely done. Running a bit hot though. In very hot. Do we keep the position? Just about. Now we have the next Leopard man Honda, so we're picking them off one at a time. Suzuki is next on the hit list. We're again in deep. We lost the rear. We're so over the limit at the moment. Finding good speed here in the rain. Tires are well worn at this point now. Thankfully the temperatures are okay though. Don't know if we have enough for the podium. Try everything. I'm going to risk it. Even a crash on this last lap because I want the podium. On deep. Here comes Suzuki. Oh, it doesn't get the run though. We touch the curb. Kills my drive. On the neck and neck. Right, looks like we've beaten them off. Our toll up next. We take a lot of inside curb, risking it so much through turn 1. Oh, so close to the back of when we touch. Do the same move into Tyrol, I reckon. Falls contact. We're stuck to him, but we're going to still get the move done into Tyrol. And then they're starting to push now. Hagada, Morera, and Sasaki, the 3 men in the championship. Yamanaka is 6th. If we get a podium, or if we get even a race win here, we might beat Yamanaka in the championship. All comes down to this last lap. We have a look at Sasaki. Not yet. Oh, we can run the outer corners. Can we go around the outside? Like understairs wide. Again, we go for the outside. Oh, we might have blown it. So Saki, he's gone very weird in there. Good exit. Kind of want to get the move done now. We're going to go for it in here. Risky. Big risk. Small with the contact, but we're into P3. We're on the podium. Can we get this win? We'll go wide for the cutback. Maybe around the outside on the curb. We're not stopping this, are we? Don't think we are. I think we've blown it. We hang on to the podium. Do we? We do not. I don't know if we got the podium. I think we lost our podium all for that do or die moment into the last corner. And we do. We end up P4. Only one position ahead of Yamanaka in the end. I cannot believe that we threw a good chance at a race win there. And potentially our first and only podium in Moto2. So we end up way behind Yamanaka in the championship. Don't really care about that. We beat him in the race, which is our objective. We get another couple of unlocked access to Moto2, so it looks like we might be able to go to Moto2, ladies and gentlemen, which is what I'm hoping. Going to continue forward. Season completed. 0 race wins, 0 podium, 0 pole positions, 1 fastest lap. That obviously was in the last race. Team championship objective was top 10. We came P8, so we beat a couple of riders there that we were in and out all season. So a decent overall result for the team. Let's see what it stands for. So now we have nice Moto3 offers. We're on the MV Augusta. Could be on the Oakley Boscoscuro. Or we could be in the Fantic Racing on the Calyx. I'm thinking Fantic. Yeah, I think we're gonna go Fantic. There it is. We're into Moto2, so thankfully I managed to skip over Moto3 as that class was absolutely tortured to ride in. Don't like the way my leathers are like a dark purple. A bit weird, but I'm gonna move forward now. We're gonna go for. I'm gonna do the official calendar since it's a full first season. If we go to short calendar, do we get to pick? Ah, so we get to pick 10 races, so maybe in a couple of seasons time we can do it up, but for now we're definitely going to do the official calendar. Whole season, so that is where we will leave today's episode as we are displayed as our new rider for Fantic alongside Cestino Vietti. Very good season for the two of us. Last year he nearly won the championship. I'm a rookie this year. Can we put a championship battle in? I do not know, but I hope so. So my first kind of goal, it seems to be a new start. Finish in front of Vietti in the standings. So within the next 3 GPs, they want me to start the season better than my teammate. But we're going to leave it there for today. I hope you have enjoyed these final races of the Moto3 season. We are into Moto2 for our first full season. We have Portimao in the next episode. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, drop a like down below. Subscribe to see more, and she'll catch you all in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.